I often get the question of why a book about women in food, and aren't men part of the sustainable food movement? And certainly men are a part of it as well, but it's that women's stories most often aren't being told.
Bringing the people behind our food to life.
I feel that women are very much a part of this movement, and that the fact that their stories haven't been told is, reason enough to write the book. But also to celebrate these stories, these solutions of how women are bringing their nurturing.
Oh yes, you want another one?
Their relationship building capacities and their care for the environment and community to the forefront.
Their bushes are just right here.
So it was a really great project because I was able to talk to 30 women across the country that are changing how we eat and farm, from farmers, chefs, educators, and activists, and really tell the stories about social justice and sustainability, biodiversity, soil fertility, seed fertility, and all those different ways that were involved. While writing the book, I was really surprised to learn about the fact that our country still uses a lot of migrant laborers in our fields that are paid under minimum wage. I think that was a big surprise for me. The fact that we import so much of our food from overseas with very little environmental or labor regulations, it was really shocking that our farmers, not putting the blame on the farmers, but that they're at the whims of this global economy where they're forced to reduce their production costs as much as possible, and that people were suffering. So that the fact that the elevation of awareness about local and sustainable food has been highly elevated, but the fact is that people still aren't looking at the human level impact of our food system yet. They aren't looking at the worker level yet. And so that was a real surprise for me writing the book, and also how underexplored the whole topic of native foods really are. So our country has a rich history of native foods and farming that goes way back to the people that lived here long before settlers really developed the land. And so there's so much knowledge existing in our Native American communities as well, that these are stories that aren't being told and oftentimes aren't connected with the whole sustainable food movement itself. So incorporating stories about women, farm worker movements in general, native seeds, exploring how Native American communities are preserving these long-term traditions of preserving seed and handing it down, and how to prepare and process foods that are endemic to various regions throughout the U.S. were both things that I really wanted to make part of the book, as well as talking more about the social justice side. The people of color in general haven't been able to really been brought into this movement, but that many people are working on doing. I feel from urban farming to the food justice, it is an emerging field, but that it needs more visibility. And so when you're writing a book, you're essentially shining a light on a different sector or a different group of people or a person that's really making positive change. At least that's what I was able to do. The takeaway for Farmer Jane is really that people have a choice. Whenever they eat, hopefully they have the choice to eat healthy and sustainable food. And if they do have that choice, the next level of action is not only politically advocating through the Farm Bill and through other local measures for increasing sustainable food production, but also helping other people who don't have the same choice to access those foods as well. So everybody comes to food in their own way, and everybody comes to food with their own level of economic access. But it's up to us, since food is such an impacting sector in our lives, through community, through environment, and through all these things, that everybody has a choice to do something. And so at the end of each chapter, there's ways that eaters and food businesses and farmers can get involved in this movement. And I've spent a ton of time creating a resources section on the website where people can go for more information about all of these different issues that I've outlined in the book through the stories of women that are making positive solutions for change.